That was...
Had the Aegis, like, that was perfect.
Yep.
You can't ask for anything else.
You literally cannot.
You cannot. So, game 3. What's gonna happen?
I'm scared.
Are you scared for EG or scared for
I'm just
coL?
scared for like one of these teams going to the losers bracket. Can't we just watch this like best of 9 just for the rest? Can't we just watch like best of 37 for the rest of my life? I could actually watch coL and EG. I mean, people say I couldn't, but I could.
TI finals. All of TI is just one long best of 57.
Oh, I would watch that. I don't know. I could definitely see different picks coming out. Maybe Beastmaster even getting through. I could actually see that hero getting through this time. Why?
What do we think about the Sand King? Because sure, Complexity lost, but Moo, again, on that Sand King, he had stellar performance. At what point are you going to ban that hero?
A good call. I mean, he's getting these long-range stuns. He's doing so much impact. Like, even him on Sumail, like, he just came from the off lane. Like, when they were tri-lane versus tri-lane top, like, he would just leave the off lane, go middle, and get kills, and you don't have to give him support.
Did you guys do a rock, paper, scissors, by the way, yet?
Oh, yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Are we doing rock,
1, 2,
paper,
3,
scissors, go? Yeah.
And
1, 2, 3, go.
whoever wins gets to decide who goes from you two.
All right.
Okay.
Rock,
1,
paper,
2,
scissors,
3.
go.
What?
Rock, paper, scissors, go.
10
Rock,
seconds
paper, scissors,
remaining.
go. Fuck. I'm assuming I'm going.
Get over that, Lumi.
5 seconds
What? The
remaining.
War Room isn't an honor grant
No,
that you
it
would
is.
like to bestow upon yourself?
Well, no, the thing is, I've been a guest here for almost a week now, and Lumi, I mean, my man's been killing it over there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Grabbing
to
all
answer
the right
Sheeper's question,
tiles,
Sand
putting
King is
them
there on
down.
complexity, my friend.
I don't think they need to ever ban Sand King unless Rubik gets banned in the first phase. Because Rubik has been such a good counter.
It has. So yeah, they take
10
Rubik, and then some of the,
seconds remaining.
I mean, Nyx, Venge, and IO banned. And I lied about Beastmaster.
Yeah, don't.
Dire team back.
You don't think it'll ever get shown in the Day of Light again?
No, dude.
Puck got picked too, by the way.
I think it's a mistake to give up Beastmaster. I thought it was a mistake to give it to DC. Like,
Yeah.
they still lost, but the
You
Beastmaster
think
did everything.
he's
he should've.
actually a broken hero?
I
Like,
think
not
he's
just
pretty close
imbalanced,
to
like
it.
actually broken.
I think he's pretty close to it, yeah.
10
Because there's a lot of
seconds
other things
remaining.
besides the axes. It's the, like the axes helps a lot,
Turn
but
to
it's
ban.
also,
Between the free creep.
yeah, the
Dire
free
team
creep
back.
adds
The
a
axes
significant
give the
factor.
free creep
Jeez,
damage. Like,
turn
the
to
axes,
ban.
I don't know. The axes are insane.
Even the Hawk change, because the Hawk is so fast.
Yeah, and
that
tankier.
Yeah, it helps give you vision for team fights really well. Whereas before it was like more like a ward, basically.
It's a
You know,
Viper.
temporary
Viper
ward that's
Drow
filled
band.
out. Yeah,
10
And
seconds
anti-mage.
remaining.
I think that after seeing what he did with Gyrocopter,
5
thinking of like
seconds
Arteezy,
remaining.
you can't give an anti-mage. Like, you give EG
Dire
like
team pick.
4 team fighters and an anti-mage, there's a very good chance you just lose.
Yeah.
Complexity, they're just starting the same way. They just heavy team fight with good gankers and good laners.
They abandoned the Kunkka, by the way. They feel like the ancient apparition is
Well, they third picked
Who's
him last
important?
game, and it's still not
10
banned.
seconds
Yep.
remaining.
I mean, they
Yeah.
third picked him the first game, pardon me.
yeah.
Pardon moi.
In game 2
5
they're opening with
seconds remaining.
Do you think they'll take it?
because they thought I mean, I would say so, right?
They won
The
with
the
it.
puck is still out there.
Well, puck got picked.
Yeah, as in like
Oh,
Kunkka is good versus the puck.
Gotcha. And why not? You won with the Sand King AA, not the Sand King Wyvern.
But they could still pick up the Kunkka. Like, what would...
Well, that's what we're saying. We think they'll just do it.
Yeah?
But maybe not. Maybe they'll switch it up. Maybe they're like, Kyle
Reverse
thinks
spirit or something.
EG found him out. I miss Spirit Breaker. That hero's getting banned in Europe.
It does... He is...
But
big
not
banned
picked
here.
in NA?
No.
Yeah, what a world.
What?
I'm upset. 'Cause I think it's a really good hero still.
I've been surprised about the lack of Earth Spirits. I thought the best Earth Spirits were still quite viable.
Yeah.
EG's turn to pick.
Oh, it's an Undying.
Okay,
For
they're
coL.
challenging.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I actually think that last game showed a lot of the weaknesses of Kunkka. Because he went up against 2 Yule Scepter Buyer, right?
Yeah.
And then we even saw one play where Kyle was trying to X himself to D-Ward, and then he got
10
picked up
seconds
by the
remaining.
Yules.
Yeah, he did that like 3 times. Yeah, you're right.
So I think if they want to pick
5
Kunkka again, they
seconds
probably want to
remaining.
wait to see if there's a lot of Yules Buyer or not.
And with the puck already picked up.
And,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
warding was really good from EG that game, right? Like they kept trying to. Kyle just kept trying to solo game with like level 1 X and Torrent, and they could just run back as late as they wanted because it's level 1 X and they had good vision. That's an Enchantress by EG.
Yeah.
And then
He does that
classic.
instantly.
It's gonna be the Chessie like Blink Dagger second item Chaos Knight. I loved watching
This
this.
is going to be some complexity smash happening. That's
Yeah, it
what's going to
is.
happen.
How do you stop the complexity smash?
10 seconds
Uh,
remaining.
Hunt.
Yeah, you get
don't mind.
really
5
strong high
seconds
ground,
remaining.
and you preferably get some sort of farmy split push.
They have so much already. I mean, this is what they do. Like, they have a decent laning with just Sand King AA, Chaos Knight, some mana problems, but Undying makes up by just running at people. And then, like, team fight, like, Rubik, Puck, and Chantress do not want to run at those, like, even just the first two heroes on
Dire
complexity.
team ban.
Ooh,
Oh,
And
there it
there's the
comes.
Tiny. First time he gets picked up this series. We saw him banned out earlier, first game, I think.
No,
But
I mean, Chaos Knight, I mean, just hit him with a couple, hit the illusions with a tree thwack or two, and they're gone.
I mean,
have
I kind of
plenty
see
of
it both way, right? If CK
10
Kid
seconds
get onto
remaining.
Tiny has 0 base armor, so
Yeah.
he dies fast too.
5 seconds
I can't find Tiny.
remaining.
is that the T? You're welcome.
Yeah,
Never gonna get in.
I'm not the biggest fan of it, but worked for Artesian. It's another one of those now with the tree. He can farm the jungle just as quickly, not as quickly as a gyro, but very close.
The like similar style hero,
Yeah.
the Sven, right?
Yep.
But
Deep
Sven
better.
is slower. I would say that's like the most significant difference. Is
And
that
less
Sven's a
solo
lot
kill
farmy
potential.
and, yeah. Tiny is just a lot faster. Comes online, gets kills by himself.
It's going to be a very. I mean, the last game was pretty. By 10 minutes, there was a tons of kill. I think it's going to be a lot the same this game, especially with an
Turn to
Enchantress
ban.
Undying.
Yep. There's a Ogre Magi ban on the side of complexity.
Okay, so they think it's a offlane enchant.
Yep. I mean, if
I think it's going to be a fear enchant.
Yeah, because
He played it yesterday.
10
I think you're a little bit too
seconds remaining.
squishy if for core enchantress.
I don't
especially
think
against Chaos.
Enchantress
5
could lane against
seconds
CKA,
remaining.
right?
Nah,
Whereas I
yeah,
think
but-
the Puck off lane actually does a lot better. But
The only heroes that can really do that are like Tide and kind of a bad and
maybe Bristleback.
maybe.
Man, we didn't talk about that last game either. Universe in the laning phase just absolutely handled Moo, which is to be kind of expected. But he was like 40 CS up at like 10 minutes in. Insane. If Universe has another good, I mean, that's when you need Universe to have good performance because he was their mover.
And that also means they assume it's mid puck, not just off lane enchantress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Which is kind of weird to me because I'm assuming this is off lane puck. and they're
Universe
gonna
puck
get a
wants to
different
win,
bid.
yeah.
I'll move it over, but you know, still could go both ways.
Turn
So
to
I
pick.
was thinking.
And they ban OD.
Dire
So what does that
team
mean
pick.
for EG? Oh,
that means that they want to have
Medusa?
Medusa.
Okay,
Oh,
no
okay.
Puck's back to the off lane.
Yeah,
we
get
were
back
right.
there,
Yeah.
Puck. You big goober.
Medusa counter to Chaos Knight. Yeah.
I got to see what
Good.
Complexity picks here, but this could if Complexity just picks another high tempo one, it's pretty
10
much going to be
seconds
can
remaining.
EG hold a couple pushes and then win, or is Complexity just
5 seconds
run over him?
remaining.
It's like Marana band.
No, Mirana's still in the pool.
heavy magic damage against Tiny Medusa in the early game is good.
Yeah, and it's a pretty good diffusal hero too. Weaver's also.
Still in the pool.
I don't think
it's
Weaver's
AoE stun between Tiny and then the AoE silence from Puck.
And giving Rubik Sakuchi.
Is Tiny enough
Oh,
to
yeah.
also not go for the PL?
Literally the best.
I think
hero in the
PL's
game.
too slow in this
Okay.
game. Even though it is very good versus Medusa, it's very it's not that good versus Tiny in like the early game. Like even with Diffusal, he runs out of mana, you do no damage to him.
I was thinking about that too because they would have
Choose your
Marana,
hero.
good call, Cap.
they
Yep.
could run in Shiver's suggestion they could run Chaos Knight Ancient Apparition mid.
Mid.
I don't know if that
Yeah.
could do anything.
I just
to
don't
do
like
so,
PL as a
but-
hero. I'm like that,
Me
like
neither,
Lumi
dude.
with Visage.
Me
I don't
neither.
know. Well, that's it. It really feels like this. If Complexity gets a good laning phase and they win like one team fight in the base, they win. But if EG holds one or two pushes with RTZ farming well,
How's the search for Mirana going to
It's
be?
not at the M.
I mean, you
Somebody misplaced it.
I said that and then I found
like
it in
just
the M.
purely through the fact that even if you don't have any judgment on what lineups are better.
I mean, Lich is close enough.
If you just read the judgment of Complexity were wrong about their last
it's
ban,
not
and,
Lich, by the way.
and
it's
did
Mirana.
not have a good
10
idea of what
seconds
EG were
remaining.
doing, like doesn't that give EG the advantage?
No,
5
oh, yeah.
seconds
And then on top of that,
remaining.
you're looking at like, okay, Deuce a hard counter is Chaos Knight.
I got it.
The
It
Axe
was,
build is super
It was in
strong.
the end.
it was in the end. My bad, guys.
All right, Lumi.
I-
What do you reckon?
I like what Cab was saying. I just like the fact that Arteezy just came off a very, very good game
Yeah.
as a similar type hero. I'm going with EG.
What do you reckon, Lumi? Lumi has to go first
Okay.
Why?
Sorry, I need a. I don't.
for the thing. Otherwise,
Oh.
it doesn't keep the
Oh.
predictions properly or something.
Lumi's
like
out of breath. Wait up.
that. Yeah, he's
war
got to
room's
study
a
the
long
draft
ways
first.
away.
It was a tough jog over.
I like EG's draft as well. I've only seen Undying lose. I feel like he does well 5 minutes in, and then
Yeah,
he just
literally,
can't-
he's like a
can't
15-minute
transition,
hero.
yeah.
Yeah.
I do think that Complexity made a mistake with their last ban, but I always like their last pick. I feel like the Sniper saved their lineup quite a bit for Game 2. Game 3, I think Mirana's pretty good. Still gonna go EG though.
All right, I'm gonna go for complexity. They can play fast. They can make it Undying work, perhaps. We're gonna find out though who is taking the direct route to the grand finals and who is the battle in the lower bracket. Find out with ODPixel and Fog.
Thank you very much, yes, Shiva. This final deciding match between EG Complexity in this best of 3, and we are ready to go. Of course, Arteezy getting that Tiny that we've seen him pull out the other day, and have some very, very strong performances on. And again, looking back to Complexity, they have that matchup. They have that combo, the Sanking AA that they are so strong with.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to take this one, Fogs. I mean, out of the back of the draft, is there a team that you sort of favor, or anything you sort of worry about?
I don't need to say anything. The panel pretty
They
much.
covered it?
I think they actually hit like everything just on the head. Complexity has this very run at you lineup. EG needs to take it to the later stages. If they get run over in this laning phase, I'm very concerned for EG because Tiny and Medusa, these two heroes, require a decent amount of items to really be able to participate in fights. So now we're gonna look at lanes. I think we're gonna see like this double dodging thing happen because I think
Alright,
EG
double
they want to
aggressive, yeah.
have the puck versus the Sanking again.
Okay.
And Complexity doesn't want that to happen. They want to have this aggro dual lane / tri-lane versus the puck and leave the Sanking alone on his mids. And that does look like it's going to be happening here. Puck is bottom, and it does look like Complexity this time, they have the read going down. Hit Chessie is down there, they're sending Sanking toward top. And 3 runes will be claimed for Complexity this time around. Z-Freak also is starting with a Blightstone on AA level 1.
Oh, Lightstone AA.
Yeah.
Okay.
Little bit of bonus minus armor
Yeah.
versus Tiny. Since Tiny is 0 armor, it can be pretty critical to be able to get that extra little bit of damage here. So I think that Complexity has the lanes that they wanted exactly here coming around.
I mean, to the point where, do you think EG will react to that? Like, will they switch up the lanes, or will they just stick with what they've got?
Well, they've got their TPs. I think they can make
Yeah.
that decision when they see it. I think they probably would like to. Like, Sanking versus Tiny is not really the most fun because you get hit by Caustic all the time, but at least you have the tree throw damage and the tree that you hold with the cleave. And Puck isn't gonna like get shut down. And okay, she gets a career snipe this game.
Yeah.
That throws a wrench into the midst.
Yeah, it only leaves that one pool tango left for Limpin as a regen, and he's already getting spammed out by the Mystic Snake.
Yeah.
That could make things pretty damn tricky for Lim in that mid lane.
So Sanking, oh, they're actually getting a lot of damage here on Moo. They don't have a stun either. Moo.
Ah, he's gone. Surely.
It's a salve. Yeah. He's okay.
Okay.
That caustic proc slowing down the Tiny just enough for Moo to be able to get away. But now, no salve top. Moo is very low up here. So they're actually pretty happy with the Tiny being up here. And I think it's a better lane actually for the Tiny when I just think back on it is he doesn't want to be versus Undying and CK.
Okay.
Undying CK would just demolish him. And Universe is fine with being sacked a bit. Limp is forced back to base because of that courier kill. You right there, buddy?
No. Indeed, no one getting the first blood as of yet. Sumail, as you say, getting all the space in the mid lane. It's pretty much the dream for him that snipe that Fear was able to get, and Fear looking to make himself apparent on these other lanes. He's eyeing up top.
Yeah, Fear.
He's got eyes on him.
This is really good place here. Look, they're already doing pretty damn good up here. Moo actually has 0 last hits on the Sanking. Getting very heavily punished by the right clicks coming up from the Tiny's tree. And he could be in some trouble here. Fear actually unable to get the rotation, to get the sandwich on him with the double stuns. But yeah, he has 0 last hits on the safe lane and Sanking versus an 11 last hits on Tiny. They actually find Z-Freak.
Yeah, that's the easier kill as well. Dragging him back into the 2-man avalanche. They do get the burrow strike from Moo, trying to buy some time for the escape, but Z-Freak will pop. First blood for Fear. Moo takes quite the beating as well.
Clutch movement by Fear.
Big doing a lot so far in this early game. Down bottom, Universe will jump away. The tree line, so should be fine for now.
So similar movement that they did last time, and Crit now gets the lift onto Moo.
Again, they're looking for more. Avalanche comes through after the Burrow Strike. Cold on Arteezy, forces the Tiny to back up, but Moo is very low. Crit's gonna search for him. Moo's starting to salve up. Salve will be cancelled. They do get Crit. Moo chasing for Fear, and in fact, with coL turning up as well, this time Complexity should be able to get the cleanup. Fear's got the heal going. It's buying him some time. Is it really going to be enough to get him out of there? It's looking pretty close. Moo should have the Burrow Strike back in a second, though, and indeed, with a second instance of Cold Feet, Z-Freak will be set up for the double kill. So this time, Complexity able to shut down EG's aggression on that top lane, and that is scary. You know, Evil Geniuses can't let that sort of aggressive lane that they're trying to pull together fall apart and get punished.
Yeah. I mean, coL has to be up here. This now gives Universe a little bit more leeway in the bottom lane, though, as this Puck versus melee hero matchup. But there's no way that he can't be up here to help the tanking. I mean, Moo still has 0 last hits, dude.
I mean, I'm looking at mid lane as well. The start that the Sumail got had just propelled him to dominate this matchup. 22 for 10 against Limp's 10 for 1.
Dude, Courier Snipes just really destroy games, honestly.
So hard for Limp to play. I mean, again, has he got any regen on him, Limp?
He's got some tangos.
He's got some tangos. Okay. It's not great, though.
No.
Sumail is just having the easiest lane of his life.
And Dusa has gotten... He has actually gotten buffed, kind of, because not only just the buff specifically that he got from his talents and from everything, but the middle lane, look how tiny the ramp is now. You pretty much always get hit by Snake if you walk up. Top down again, coL.
A bit hard as he go on, and Arteezy doesn't quite find the range for the Avalanche, so they'll let them be. Arteezy's fine to continue to just go back to farming on this top lane, focusing on that.
Yeah. Now they've switched the lanes. They've realized this is too much of a blunder for Moo. They bring the Chaos Knight top.
Drop back Fear's creep.
They get it. Golden experience bounty. And lane swap. Arteezy goes bottom.
Limp, I feel like as well, Limp is at a point just going to have to look to go into the jungle and start arrowing the big creeps, because laning is going to get so tricky for him. I mean, if it hasn't already, as we can see, with this sort of 2-level advantage Sumail has. 30 for 15, double the CS, and a lot of denies as well for Sumail's Medusa.
Chesty's still farming really well, though, for coL. So he's going to be like the big saving grace for them in the laning phase. But yeah, this is the second time I've seen Limp go back to base now in this middle lane. In 5 minutes. Getting some caustic harassment onto Arturi.
He's on his own down here, but the 1v1 should be fine with the wave pushing under the tower. Z-Freak. Close to Universe. Universe nearly level 5, as it were. coL. They're really trying to find a place where he can do something big, and Jesse's sort of alone. Because he has to back away when Universe starts to get a little hairy. If they get the telekinesis into the double stomp, Jesse could be in a lot of trouble. He has got Phantasm.
Bottom lane, Arteezy.
Been chased down, and all with the toss. Not going to be enough to bring down Moo, so D-Complex to get the kill. Infuse range up, keeping Moo alive there.
But, I mean, EG's doing like, this is exactly what they needed to do in this game. The lanes were incredibly important for them. They've done a great job of just coming out ahead in them at the time being. With an Undying lineup, you need to come pretty hard out of the lanes. Otherwise, you can suffer quite a lot in that mid game.
So, there's the play. Phantasm, though, does juke out the first, and the second stun still comes flying through them with the Avalanche and toss. Jesse's falling low, pops the stick charges, but they'll chase him down, chuck the tree onto the head of the horseman. And Artur takes the kill, and that's Phantasm down.
Yeah, it was a nice little Phantasm, though, to dodge the first Centaur stun. But, yeah, pays with his life, and now they don't have that big ability, which they kind of need. I mean, they don't really need the ability, but they need the CK to have a very good game, since all the other lanes are
They need him farming.
not going well. Arteezy's almost got double the net worth of Limp. I mean, the Courier Snipe, honestly, Fear, setting up everything. Not only that, but making his way toward that top lane. He's shut down all of Complexity's positives.
TP's coming through. coL and Chessie are going to look to hold. Keep that tier 1 alive. They'll drop the tombstone down. EG already on the retreat. Oh, Chessie. Can't quite get the grab there. Tries to bring him back with the rift. They're a little too speedy. And again, this mid lane, what are you going to do about this, Sumail?
Moose rotating over. Sumail's a
He's
bit far up.
He's playing very aggressively. He just also 3 points in the mana shield. We'll see if that is actually going to be enough as the burst strike into arrow comes through. Looks like Sumail getting a little bit too cocky in that mid lane. He did dominate. He's got a lot of farm. He's got a lot of worth, but he can't really move in like that.
He hadn't seen Moo in quite a long time. coL now getting stunned up. They've got the follow-up from Universe and RTZ. Do they have enough damage, though? With the double decay, he's very tanky.
And Chester's going to be there as well. He's going to look for the turnaround. Brings back Artur. We'll see Freak heading over to the neighborhood as well, but Chesty not quite enough damage and control to bring down Arteezy, so Arteezy will be fine.
Dyer's
Who got the
top
last hit
tower
on the
is under attack.
Medusa? Oh, it was Moo. Okay, I was going to say Limp really needs to get the kill, but gets hit by a snake. Down to very low mana again. Gonna probably get forced out of the lane or get a bottle, which means go to sustain.
Dyer's top tower has fallen.
Top tower already gets dropped.
We'll be able to drag back Universe. Universe still with the up. Oh, that Soul Rip.
God.
Destroyed him there.
The crit from Chesty into the Soul Rip. Okay.
All right, they bring down Uni. They do lose that tier 1 tower. EG claiming the objective. And for others, we see 2k gold lead.
I don't think Uni expected that much
Ah,
damage
that
to
was
come out there.
Master burst. I think if he did, he would have jumped sooner.
Yeah. Bottom lane, crit, Arteezy, they're setting up Universe too.
So the Kinesis and Silence will get the chance to burrow strike out.
The tree throw,
Off he goes.
bam!
Bullseye.
That's what, is that 3 tree throw kills? Oh no, 2 tree throw kills.
Arteezy looking very comfortable on the Tiny that he's been pulling out a few games recently.
Yeah.
Build-wise, 5 more. Avalanche is going to miss. Cold Feet will cause Arteezy to have to back up, and actually with that Avalanche missing, it will cost them the kill.
Dyer's
They
middle
don't get
tower is
Z-Freak,
under attack.
despite the usage of the Dream Coil as well from Universe.
Yeah, the Ice Vortex bonus movement speed. Pushing Z-Freak just out of range of that Avalanche. Oh, musical lanes quite a lot this game. I mean, it's now 10 minutes into laning phase is mostly over, but we've been seeing a lot of movements coming up from coL, just trying to get better matchups because of how the lanes just didn't go in their favor. Even though they have 2 kills in advantage over EG, the gold is definitely EG favored. Mostly because of that Medusa or Mirana.
Arteezy up to clean up a nice stack here.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah,
tower is
he
under
was just one of
attack.
the little creeps though that Lin was able to grab with that arrow. So quite get the snipe that he was after. As we've been saying, despite Sumail feeding his way his life in a bit of a
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
overconfident play. He's still
Yeah.
very good in farm. He's 4.8k
Radiant's bottom
miles ahead of
tower
Limp
is under attack.
and putting some pressure onto this tier 1 tower in the mid lane. Complexity from the Moonlight Shadow. They are, by the looks of it, just trying to save Chesty as things were beginning to get a bit hairy up top. They're looking towards Sumail who's coming forward, but he's a very hard hero to do anything against at this stage of the game with the tools they have. Level 10.
They want this tower from EG. They used the enchant on the catapult to try to push in with Universe's rotation.
Crossed inbound, but not going to make the connection. Carl dropping the Tombstone as well.
Yeah, Tombstone and Sandstorm dissuades EG.
Sumail, he'll probably want to just farm that Tombstone. It's going to be some easy gold for him right there. Easy 150. Tower as well. It's just, they're just handing money to Sumail on a plate.
Mask of Madness will be finished up for Sumail now, and it looked like they were stacking Ancients, so they do have
Radiant's
just 1 stack,
bottom
but
tower is under attack.
good farm it.
He was trying to play around there for the deny. Doesn't get it, but it also doesn't cost him his life. Burrow Stroke will save him.
Limp gets some space bottom.
Structures are fortified.
Getting a decent amount as well. Sumail comes in with a TP. Will allow EG to hold on to this tier 1 tower.
2 tower advantage already, 11 minutes. Fear doing his job as the Enchantress, definitely this game. And Crit continuing to stack those Ancients up for the Medusa and Tiny. As well as Fear stacking up Ancients.
Oh,
again.
Artur. Quick with the Avalanche again. And as we're seeing, Chesty, this stage, can't do too much about that Tiny in a 1v1 without the Phantasm. And even with the fact that there's that 0 Agi, with the Agi
Radiant's
items being
middle
picked
tower
up.
is under
He is
attack.
starting to build up a bit of armor himself, Arteezy, and, well, move, rotation.
I think Moo's starting to realize something this game, though. He goes for the Urn and the Bracer, but he's not actually completing the drum just yet. He's queued up the Blink. I think he has to, too. There's no really playmakers on the side of Complexity besides him. Sure, you can see the Mirana try to set up for ganks and stuff though, but killing Medusa is very difficult because of how tanky she is, and Arteezy is just sitting back and farming. He's now going to continue to start to farm that ancient stack that we were mentioning. But he doesn't have tree grab for a couple seconds, so maybe one more stack.
Sumail just getting 3 kills on his own. Finds the freak alone. Response limp does manage to burst down Fear with the magical. Sumail still standing strong, continue to push this tower in. And getting bigger and bigger. Juicer.
Easy cleaning up that ancient stack. It is under vision of complexity though, so they do know this is all happening, so they're trying to get on the aggression during it. Moo stepping up. I don't know, maybe look for some kind of rotation coming, but
as you say, without the Kunkka that Complexity is so used to playing with, the catch is very small until that blink comes online.
yeah. Need catch when you have Undying. Makes it really tough when neither of your supports have a real lockdown. Moo finds out Arteezy, or but does Arteezy find Moo?
Yep, tosses him back into the hands of Fear. He's got the Burrow Strike and the Moonlight Shadow. Tree throw. It's going to be off the mark. Moo will survive as the Moonlight Shadow saves him. It's continuing to look just that little bit better for Evil Geniuses so far off the back of the lanes. That mid lane matchup definitely still being felt.
It's a good chunk better, since they do have Medusa in their draft. Like having an advantage in the early game is absolutely massive. When you're not only when you have Medusa, but you're playing versus an Undying lineup. Like Undying wants to be able to get more out of this. He wants to be able to group up and be able to take some towers. But 14 minutes in, Complexity still hasn't taken one. Bottom tower's almost done.
Oh, the Invis Ring dispels the smoke, but Crit very, very quick with a Dust of Appearance. Straight away, pops it. And will be able to catch Moo.
It was suffering. Only 35. 35 last hits on Moo. 1, 2, and 3. Whenever we see, well, most of the time we see him playing the Sand King, and when Complexity does win with it, it's because Moo's having an excellent game.
Yeah, he normally has massive impact and
Really getting shut down.
it's easy. Look who he's found. He's found the toss back very nicely into Fear's Centaur Creep, and Kyle doesn't get a chance to throw out a single spell. See if they can finish him off. They're trying to move forward. Chesty has the Phantasm. Sumail trying to peel them away from Arteezy with the Stone Gaze, and for the most part it's working. Chesty's still going to see if he can grab someone with the Rift, but they're already out of range. And that's Phantasm down, and they're not finding kills with it.
So again, this time around too, Complexity doesn't really have great tools to farm Ancient stacks. Sure, they have Phantasm right now to do that, which helps them a bit, but besides ultimates, if we look at EG, they have much better tools to be able to just farm those Ancients. Medusa and Tiny both can clear them up incredibly fast, and what we see Arteezy constantly doing. EG is stacking Ancients up and farming them with both heroes. Will claim their first tower of the game.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
The line is drawn. They're trying to get the aggression going in the mid lane. The toss comes out.
This setup, this catch, the easy kills, the Sumail with the kill secure.
Nice steal for Rubik as well. Takes the Ice Vortex, one of the better spells when he has a Puck and a Tiny on his team. Smoked up. Can't find anything out of it.
They really need to. They're falling behind. Quite heavily so now.
They need to start blocking these Ancients on. Big problem for them. Sumail farming under vision. Looks like they want to try to set up for him.
He's got Stone Gaze back up in 10 seconds, so they'll have to be quick about it, as he will have chance to set up for a reaction. This could get a little hairy for Complexity, as they're unlikely to be able to burst down Sumail immediately. They'll find an easier hero to burst, though. Straight on to the puck. Epicenter being thrown out. Everything's there to claim Universe's life. So it's not a Sumail, it's not an Arteezy, but Universe, they'll certainly take it with the way that Complexity are behind. Any sort of core pick off is a good one.
Yeah, agreed. Can they lead it into a tower, though? That's probably the most important thing. Rubik actually steals Epi.
Oh! Alright.
Good chunk of damage.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad steal at all.
Not a reliable stun.
Sure, I mean, I guess you could maybe even say, yeah, the Burrow Strike's probably better, but yeah, I mean, we could see some flashy plays with the Epi.
Sumail getting gone on here. Chesty, though, he's very low.
You could not go on Sumail like that. The team's just going to turn. They're going to fight back. Stolen Epi from Frit as he chases down Chess. He tries for the TP out. He isn't going to make it. And now the tombstone's down. It doesn't matter. Sumail's just going to be able to farm it up again. Easy 150 gold for Sumail on the Medusa. Kyle getting tossed up and broken down.
Uh-oh.
I mean, that was just a desperation play. As Complexity, you cannot be diving towers on Sumail, because Sumail is absolutely massive, and there is no way that their lineup takes him down before EG get a chance to react.
This game's looking very grim for Complexity. Already a 7k gold lead when the opposing team has a Medusa and you have an Undying. I feel like a broken record a little bit, but Undying really suffering in these type of games where the pace is not what you want it to be. You want to be constantly fighting around towers, being able to take advantage of your tombstone, but they can't. They don't have great catch, they don't have great damage, and the lanes were such a blunder.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Interesting sense, because Kyle's only got 2 games on Undying in his competitive history.
I usually see him playing like the disablers, the team fighters. Undying, sure, team fighter, but when you have no disables on your 2 supports, it makes the game just really hard to play. Your rotations aren't net.
Oh, mid, Limp. He's been caught out. Avalanche will be off the mark. Ooh, quickly, Limp will survive.
Chesty has Echo Saber finished up. They're looking for Arteezy here.
It'll be a big kill. And the Creep's actually going to block the arrow, but with the Phantasm, they'll look to chase. Arteezy, he's going to get shredded. Gets brought back. They get the kill. Roshan does go down. EG able to claim it in time. Crit looking for the TP out. Will make it out. So at the end of the day, sure, they lose Arteezy, but I think that's a sacrifice that EG will be fine with. They still get the Roche. Sumail's still alive. He picks up the Aegis. Sure, they're down Arteezy for 30 seconds, but
He's probably
Complexity can't get much more out of it.
Yeah, probably seeing space.
Move. Sounds still want to blink out to get away. And it's exactly that build that you said Sumail will go for, of course, to start this game.
Oh, yeah. I didn't get to say it actually on the when we tuned back in. But yeah, we've been seeing this a lot in Europe. People were picking CK, and the instant pick would be Medusa, and you rush the Aghanim since the Mystic Snake just instantly kills that Phantasm. Pretty damn strong.
I mean, that is pretty crazy. And then the thing is, the Ags isn't even that bad in sort of the overall sense. It's still got...
Yeah, the stats are decent.
The stats are good for the Medusa. And that's sort of what the instant stone is. It's very annoying to play against, because that snake's pretty low cooldown. You get a few of those off in the fight.
It literally just one-shots the Phantasm. So it's like, you have to either have the Blink Dagger and go for like these instant burst plays on the CK, which he is going to try to go for, but it's still very hard to play. Top lane move.
He's been caught out. A backup's in. Sumail's there. Can move players way out of this one. With the Dream Core, there's not really many ways he can escape, and indeed he can't. Smoke up from EG. Ready to try and look for more off the back of that Moo pickoff. They're leading the way. They may just find it. coL, they have to back up. They've got to play so carefully with these heroes off the map. Chesty would be the big target. He's been backed up by Kyle and Limp for now. Got the ward down. If anyone comes too close to this staircase, maybe the last time they see that staircase.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Complexity will be fine. They keep themselves away. Sumail just getting all the space in the world. I mean, we're still game 2. Was a bit of the Arteezy show with the farming getting on Jarrett. This time, Sumail taking the lead. And it's nice to see that how Evil Geniuses have this flexibility with the way they can play. One game, Sumail's on the playmaker, looking for objective as DP. The other game, Sumail, he's the position one effectively. And Arteezy on this tiny, he's that mid-game playmaker. And Sumail, he's just building up, and he's farming, and he's getting absolutely massive.
Level 17 already in Dusa. The next highest levels are 14. He's got a huge advantage already for Sumail. Complexity now, trying to take a fight.
Chesty. See if he can get a grab. Sumail, not really the one he wants to be bringing in.
All of EG positioned on the high ground here perfectly.
Chesty is very much respecting Sumail. Cannot open up onto this target. I mean, he throws out a stun, but it's very hard for Complexity to get the teeth stuck into this Medusa.
Moo catches a slight vision of Crit there, but they also know where Moo is. They were pinging him out from Universe. They get the jump on Moo.
They're trying to move in. Moo gets the burst strike straight away. Universe Silence wants to do. Dream calls down onto Chesty, and with the toss, Chesty, he can't get out of Stickles Bird. Does get off the Phantasm actually, but it doesn't matter. Instantly gets wide.
Oh, and Limp gets hit by the Impetus.
Oh, Moo. He
And
tried
Moo
to
cancels.
epi, but he cancels it.
I don't think he could have really gotten anything out of it.
No, I don't think it matters.
It's 12k gold lead already now.
Yeah, this is looking pretty grim. Ice Blast totally off the mark for Z3. Things are falling apart for Complexity here in this game 3 decider. Buyback from Limp. They know that they can't afford to lose a Rax against this Medusa. Sumail, a little low on the mana, but look what's coming out to him. I believe he has the Aghanims
He does have
on the
it
courier.
already. He's absolutely enormous here. And Limp, I mean, Limp has half of Sumail's net worth on the Mirana. Not just like half. 13.5 to 6.8.
Oh boy!
That's a massive discrepancy. He's just unable to really get back in, and he had to use buyback there.
And it's kind of funny in these last 2 games. It's very much been about the little things that the supports have done. I
Yeah.
say little, but they've ended up being massive. You know, last game, crit and the play around the Roshan. This game, fear, and that courier snipe. That courier snipe, it's really done it. It really did have a big impact that's led to this point.
It was the courier snipe and just how well they, I mean, that top lane.
Yeah.
Moo had, I said it like a couple times, I think Moo had 0 CS at almost the 4 or 5 minute mark or something on the sanction, and he usually is dominating. They do find Sumail here, he's got ages though.
I was going to say, they just got to turn straight away. These are desperate plays from coL. They do find the Enchantress, but there's no way that they can get Sumail. They're going to continue to try, continue to poke, but you're not bringing down this Medusa like that. I mean, at this stage, when Stonegaze is up, you can throw 5 heroes of complexity at Sumail, and you still wouldn't have enough at this stage. With the way that they're behind.
Whenever I see the few times like I've seen complexity actually struggle is when I see them not being able to get these these group ups. When they can group up and push towers together with Z-Freak getting involved too.
Yeah.
These last 2 games when Z-Freak was playing the Wyvern, he was split pushing a lot. This time again, he was the AA kind of playing on the side lanes with the Midas, and they can't really take these big head-on-head fights. I mean, of course, it was because of the lanes how hard they went, but they can't take these straight up engagements into tower pushes like they usually do. Universe.
Let's get the initial stun. They've got the follow through. Universe, and we'll get caught out.
A little bit cheeky there by him. Jumping in to try to push the wave out. Gets punished.
Oh, it's easy pretty much with the Assault Crest complete 24 minutes in. Very similar timing, I feel, to the game we saw him play Tiny the other day. They're very good at playing around this Tiny lineup and making sure that Arteezy is getting involved with the kills and gets this incredible place to farm. Moo jumps forward, but immediately with the telekinesis into Stolen Burrow Strike. Avalanche toss combo from Artur. Moo is punished.
Kratos in the perfect position there.
And this game, it's this sort of game 1 turned on its head. Game 1 at this stage has looked pretty impossible for EG to win. Game 3 now looking very, very hard for Complexity to turn around.
I mean, they had the early game draft. They had the early game lineup. They had to make the lanes go super well for them, but this Enchantress completely shut all that down, and I'm not seeing a way back. They're playing versus Medusa at this kind of a deficit. I don't think they can come back. They have to try to get some huge kill advantages that EG just dives, but it's really tough.
EG's draft this game has just been absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
It really has. That 5th pick Medusa has just caused so many issues. It was such a strong, stable mid laner in the sense that he just didn't need that much help.
I'm loving crit on this Rubik too.
Yeah. I mean, he's pulling out the plays. He's having a great series on Rubik. Mid lane, they catch out Chesty. He's falling low, so it will keep him alive. Moods come back in with a Burrow Strike, and in fact, they should get Fear. They'll throw down an Ice Blast onto his grave, just to be sure. So again, it's a pickoff, but we've seen this a few times, that they can kill Fear on the Enchantress, but they really struggle killing anyone else on the EG's lineup.
Yeah.
And another Tombstone for Sumail. I believe that's the 3rd one he's farmed this game.
Plus 200. The little mini stun, Stonegaze as well from the Mystic Snake is super annoying for coL. Not to mention, of course, whenever Phantasm gets used. Pretty useless again, Moo.
Oh, they found him. They've got the Dream Coil again. Coming through with a Stolen Burrow Strike. And Moo taken down again. Chesty also falling low. He's trying desperately to get back up to the base and will escape.
I feel like I feel like Crit always has the Burrow Strike in this game.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him miss steal and sort of grab Sandstorm.
No?
No, you're right. It feels like he always gets his hand on the good one. It's pretty crazy now.
It's just so hard to get back. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we're almost certainly on the verge of seeing EG secure themselves the spot in the grand finals here in the NA regional qualifiers.
Oh, no.
Caught out outside the base, trying to run, trying to hide, but the snake comes through to the mail. Limps down, 60 seconds, EG may just go for that high ground push. They're close to Butterfly and Sumail. I mean, EG, there really is no pressure on them to hurry this game up.
There's no deep push either on the side of coL. They're just going to try to keep spamming out Sumail with cold feet, with Burrow Strikes, but they have the 4-step on him. Or the Hurricane Pike, that is.
They've got the Frost Mage armor as well from Fit.
And Arteezy's got the AC a bit ago. So now they can start to get that big siege going.
Easy push indeed. Move jumps forward. Quick with the telekinesis. They're trying to come in with a combo, but the silence is up straight away onto Moo, falling down low. He's not going to be able to get himself out of that one as Moo drops alongside Chessie. Moo has buyback. Chessie does not have that luxury. Another tombstone into the bank accounts of Evil Geniuses, as coL will pop the fortification, but this is looking pretty much all but over, as Evil Geniuses just crushing Complexity in their base. They'll take the tier 3 tower. They'll get the Rex as well as the 20k gold lead. Moo's buying back. They're popping the Moonlight Shadow. They're trying for the plays, desperately holding on in this series, but it may just be too late. Moo goes for the Burrow Strike. It's the follow-up power onto Fear, but Limp can't jump in aggressively to finish off the kill. He has to back away from Samael. That's the completed butterfly. Samael having such a smooth game on this Medusa.
They can't bring this man down.
There is no way that he dies this game.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
There is literally, there just is, there's, if you add the numbers up on complexity, it just equals a big fat no when you look at the chances of bringing down Samael's.
Yep. 21k gold lead, 15k experience lead. Roche is going to be spawning soon, and this will probably be coL making a last-ditch effort to try to take some big fight, but like you said, they do not have the damage to deal with this dude, so he just walks 4 steps into Chess.
Oh, Chessie's going to put the Phantasm. He will jump forward. They do have the Ice Blast, and in fact, with the Ice Blast debuff, maybe they can bring Medusa down. Samael's falling low. They do get it. That is big, but I don't know if they can win the rest of the fight. They have lost 2. They'll get Fear. Move finds the Burrow Strike onto Crit. But Universe going forward with the Orb. They've claimed 2. Arteezy picks up the double kill as he grabs the Freak on the side of it all. Crit with the stolen Burrow Strike in onto Moo. Has to standstill again, a Burrow Strike back in return, allowing Moo to blink away. Universe trying to chase. Moo will get out. I mean, this is, as I said, quite an achievement that they bring down Samael, but at the end of the day, it still doesn't matter. EG is still winning the team fight overall.
It was literally everything hitting him.
Everything.
He got hit by an arrow with the Reality Rift pulled him back into the arrow, Ice Blast, everything on top of him. And they end up losing 3 heroes for it, and the Phantasm expended.
Arteezy just cleaning up on the back lines. Arteezy's got the money for the Shiva's Guard, so with this build as well, just totally compensating for the main sort of fault with the heroes it was with no Agi.
He's the tank.
He's got an incredible amount of armor now. He's got 36 armor for a hero that has no agility gain. That's a lot of armor.
He's just being that, like, he's trying to be like that frontliner for the Dusa in a way. Even though Dusa is already so tanky, he doesn't really need to be doing... He already does damage naturally with the tree grab and SNY. No, he has no leaps available. They don't have the reveal for him at the moment. Until Fear gets closer, he does have some sentries. Puts one down. They see him for a second.
Yeah, they get the grab. Just on the edge. Telekinesing him back. He's dusted up as well. Arteezy's there with a wraparound. Limp's gone.
And they're looking for more. They don't have the dust available just yet.
But they've got the Yule set up, buying time to close in on coL. coL gets tossed back, burst down by Crit.
Oh. That's the let's see.
This is getting very rough. Not that it hasn't been really for the last 15 minutes. This game has been entirely in EG's control.
Yeah.
Definitely feeling like this time round the draft from EG was just so perfect. Again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Having this Medusa in this lineup has done so much. Again, they're throwing everything in on him. Can they bring him down? The Ice Blast is upon him. He's falling low. He should go beneath the threshold. They'll toss him away from them, but he still goes down. But again, it cost them Limp's life, Chessie's life as well. GG well played is cool. It doesn't matter if they're killing Samael when it's costing them the entirety of their team's life.
Damn, that was very well played by EG. Yeah. Again, being able to farm, having these 2 heroes that can farm ancient stacks as well, just how well the lanes went. They pull so far ahead of over Complexity, and it seems like the job is like shut down Moo, and Complexity really suffers.
Yeah.
He's like the big playmaker, especially in this game, since he's like the only disabler. Sure, they have like CK and stuff, but he's the big catch for them. Undying and AA, these 2 heroes can't really roam and make these ganks happen, so they shut down Sanking.